everybody. Today we're on South 287 in Texas. Common highway for us. Just taking a little casual stroll. It's gonna be a light driving day. I'm just heading down to Denton. My job is tomorrow morning, but I'm not worried about any of that stuff. I was having a conversation with a new driver in my company. Like a brand new driver. He was only out for like a week, and he was going through and asking me like a bunch of questions. A lot of the stuff that he asked, his trainer did show him, what he does, but it never hurts to ask somebody else, what they do in the same situation. And he asked if I had like any other kind of advice or anything, and one of the things that I kind of brought up was to try to pick up a dash cam as soon as possible. I've kind of become like a big fan of dash cams. The one I had before this one actually saved me from any fault in a wreck that I had in my first year. A accident, collision, whatever you want to call it, where I was down in Orlando, and I got rear-ended by a drunk driver. Now, of course, the dash cam didn't pick up the footage of the actual accident, but what it did do was prove that, one, that I was already in the lane that I was in, because one of the claims that immediately came out was that I had pulled out in front of her. So it proved that I was already in my lane. It also proved that I did everything right on my end, because the accident occurred at a stoplight, and I came up and came to a full stop, and light turned green, and I started gearing up, and about fourth gear, you see the cam shake from the impact when they rear-ended me. Yeah, she came up from behind. Anyways, we were sitting there talking about that, and he asked me why I've got a camera here on the bar. This is a dual cam system, and the main cam, of course, goes forward, and the second cam is sticking out my right side video. And the reason why I do that is one of the things that I like to do is go on to YouTube and watch like road rage videos and stuff like that. And there's one that always got to me, where you see it's a cam footage from a truck driver, and he's driving along, and like another truck is trying to fight to get past him, and he barely gets past him, comes over and then brake checks the guy and just like wrecks his hood and stuff like that. And that video personally burns me, man. That's just one of those cases of a truck driver being an asshole. And what does I have to do with this side cam? Well, that's kind of simple. Actually, everybody who passes me, the second that you pass me, I get all my information about you. or I get all of your information. I should say. I get your license plate. I get your truck number. I get your company name. And I get your DOT number.
Yeah, from highest four-wheeler, I'll be along.
So, if you do pull a stunt like that on me, you know, the simple fact is that you might be able to run from a scene of a crime, but you can't run from a camera. And all I have to do is just pull over, show the footage to the officer, and I mean they will be able to get that information out. You know, they might pick you up on the other side of the state, or maybe you'll get out before then. But that doesn't really matter then, because then, you know, I would be able to send the footage to your company, and next thing you know, your company's going to be calling you up and being like, hey, why are we looking at dash cam footage of you wrecking somebody else's vehicle? So that's why the second cam is there. It doesn't work as well at night, you know, because I don't have any lights there. I kind of wish that I had one that had like a night vision or something like that. But any truck that passes me, I've got all of your info. See, like we've got one coming up right now. It'd be kind of hard to see, but as soon as he passes, boom, I've got all of his information. I could bring it all back up, you know, and just go like shot by shot, and just write down everything that's on the side of the truck. I guess in the sense you could probably call it like an anti-asshole cam. See, like all of his stuff is on that small door on the sleeper. You know, all gets grabbed as soon as he goes by. And dash cam runs 24/7. I went and put in like a huge memory chip. So I mean, the thing collects. I think it's like 20 hours of footage at a time. I don't have to worry about something happening, and then like I lose the footage like 3 minutes later or something like that, because you know they always stick like a really tiny chip in them. It doesn't hold much. I put in like a huge one. The thing does like 20 hours of footage now. Now, eventually, what I would like to do, this would be way down the line. There was a Kenworth, in my hometown. Actually, I was there doing some general maintenance on the truck during home time, and they had this really impressive dash cam system. The thing was like $1,000, and that's just for the base unit. That's not with each camera included. But the base unit, the screen was like the size of a small tablet, and you can connect up to 6 wireless cameras to it, And I thought that something like that would be really cool to have. These cameras were not like simple cameras either. I mean, they were like the fancy ones. They got the night vision and all that fun stuff. And I thought it would be really cool to get a system like that. You get one camera that goes straight out forward for all the stuff in front of you. You get one on each mirror facing straight back. That way, if somebody collides you on one end or the other, it would catch it, and it would also catch all of the situations where, for something that happens to me all the time, I go to change lanes, and I'm like halfway through, and some other vehicle, like somebody shoots out from behind me and takes over that lane. Those cameras pointing straight back would be able to show that I was halfway through the act when somebody else jumped out from behind me. And then I'd probably do this again, where I got a camera going out like each window. I don't really need it as much for that side as I do for this one. And then the sixth and final camera, I would actually like to put on the sleeper, pointing down towards the gas tanks. And I think you all know exactly why I would do set it up like that. That's kind of down the road though, because I mean, like, just the base unit was like $1,000. Damn it. Tingle in the back of my throat. There's a couple of other setups that I wouldn't mind. Not this model, but the model before it actually has like a Wi-Fi, and there's an app that you can download. I actually downloaded it onto my phone because I kept seeing information saying that this one has the same thing, but the app just doesn't read it, and I don't see an option for it. But the model before this one allows you to get an app so that you can bring up the app and bring up all of the footage that is gained, and pull videos off, however you want. Come on, guy, I gotta get on by you. Come on. I don't want to be like directly in front. Okay, looks like he's backed off a little bit. That would be a fun fun option for me, because there's a lot of footage that the dash cam picks up that I would like to be able to post on the on my channel, because I don't keep this thing attached to my head all day. There was one instance, especially, I was going on 84 between Ogden, going up to 80, going up to Wyoming, And for anyone who has been up there, we all know there's a couple of areas in there where the road gets really windy, and you know, for trucks you gotta knock down to like 55 miles per hour. Well, I was going through there in winter one time, so I was actually going a whole lot slower. I was only doing like 42, something like that. You know, I was going a lot slower than normal because the roads were icy and whatnot. And on the second set of those, you know, we were going around the corners and stuff, and a little Pathfinder started like coming up on my left, and he just barely, I mean barely, got in front of the truck when he hit a patch of black ice. The next thing you know, he's doing a fishtail dance directly in front of my grill. And I you know, I wish I had a camera at the time to pick that up. Luckily, he managed to pull out of it. And I'm pretty sure that after that he stopped at the next rest area to go change his pants from that. It must have been a scary moment for him. The only thing that I could do was just take my foot off the gas. You know, I'm not going to slam on the brakes because, you know, we're on black ice right there. We figured that much out. I slam on the brakes, chances are I go into a jackknife. You know, I can't swerve because there's nowhere to swerve to. So the only thing that I could do was take my foot off the gas, start slowing down, and just hope that he had the ability to get out of that. But yeah, I mean, it was scary. If he had slid like a half a second sooner, the back of his Pathfinder would have definitely hit my bumper, and he would have reverse pit on me and end up in a Jersey barrier that was on my right. And there'd be nothing that I could do about it. Wichita Falls. I gotta stop here for fuel. As you can see, I'm running slightly empty. Fuel up here real quick, use the restroom, and then finish the rest of my trip. I should only, at this point, I should only have about 70 miles left. I'm going to get down to the TA in Denton, and then my job is only about 5 miles away. But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about today. You know, the great use of dash cams. Why I've got that one camera placed the way I do. Plus, you know, another benefit to it is that if anyone ever breaks into the truck, like I said, this thing runs 24/7. If anyone, you know, breaks into the stuff and still slings, unless they take off with the dash cam itself, then I would be able to pull up the footage and see who was messing with my driver's side door. Only way they would be able to get away with it is if that side happened. You know, if they came in through the passenger side. But I think we'll go ahead and call it quits with the storytelling. I've got about 5 miles left before I get to my fuel stop. So I will talk to you guys later.